The elevator doors slid open at the wrong second, and in that single, fragile moment, a tired man carrying a life heavier than his briefcase stepped into a future he never imagined. Rain clung to his coat, exhaustion bent his shoulders, and a silent prayer for his daughter rested in his chest as his eyes lifted, and the world paused. It was not shock that changed him forever, but the quiet collision of shame, fear, and unexpected humanity that followed, setting off a chain of events no one could have planned. If you believe that kindness, second chances, and quiet decency can still change lives, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel Grandma Dearie right now. Your support helps stories like this reach hearts that need them. He was a single father named Adam, a man whose days began before sunrise and ended long after hope felt useful. His wife had passed 3 years earlier, leaving him with a 6-year-old daughter, medical bills that refused to shrink, and a promise he made at a graveside to never let their child feel alone. Adam worked maintenance at a glass and steel corporate tower downtown, invisible to most, necessary to all. He fixed lights, cleared leaks, and stayed late so his daughter could attend a better school. That morning, the building buzzed with tension because the CEO had returned unexpectedly from abroad, a woman known for precision, power, and a reputation that kept everyone walking straighter. Adam had been sent to the executive floor to repair a faulty sensor. He followed protocol, knocked once, waited for a signal that never came, and assumed the room was empty as scheduled. When the elevator doors opened directly into a private office suite, he stepped forward instinctively. What he saw lasted only a heartbeat before he turned away, mortified, apologetic in posture if not in words, his face burning with embarrassment. He backed out immediately, hands raised, eyes down, every instinct screaming that he had crossed an unforgivable line. The woman in the room was the CEO, Evelyn Hart. She had been changing after a long overnight flight, thinking she had privacy in a space designed to be sealed and secure. The interruption startled her, but what stayed with her was not anger. It was the way the man retreated without a second look, the way shame and respect moved faster than curiosity. In a building where power often lingered too long, this moment ended with dignity. Adam expected consequences. He finished his repair with shaking hands, replaying the mistake again and again, imagining termination, humiliation, or worse. That job was the thin rope holding his life together. Losing it meant losing stability for his daughter, whose asthma medication already stretched his budget to breaking. He went home that night quieter than usual, reading bedtime stories with a voice that trembled, wondering how one accident could undo years of sacrifice. The next day, a message arrived asking him to report to Human Resources. His heart sank. The hallway felt longer than ever, the glass walls exposing him like a confession. Inside the conference room sat Evelyn Hart herself, not flanked by lawyers or assistants, but alone, composed, observant. Adam stood frozen, ready to accept whatever judgment came. What followed was not punishment but an unexpected inquiry into his life. Evelyn had reviewed the security logs and the maintenance schedule. She saw a pattern of overtime, spotless records, and no complaints. She asked about his hours, his commute, his daughter. Adam spoke plainly, without defense or appeal, because exhaustion had stripped him of pretense. He explained his mistake once, took responsibility, and said he understood if trust was broken. Evelyn listened. She had built empires and dismantled boardrooms, but this was different. She saw a man who had been careful even in error, respectful even when unseen. She remembered her own childhood, raised by a father who worked nights and missed birthdays but never missed love. Something shifted. The accident became irrelevant compared to the integrity revealed in its aftermath. Instead of dismissal, Adam was offered something unheard of. His role would change. The company needed a facilities coordinator, someone who understood the building from the inside out. The pay was better, the hours stable, the benefits comprehensive. It was not charity, Evelyn made clear. It was recognition. She also quietly approved a company health plan exception that covered Adam's daughter fully, no paperwork battles, no waiting period. Life did not transform overnight, but it softened. Adam stopped counting coins at the pharmacy. He started eating dinner with his daughter before she fell asleep. The building felt less like a maze and more like a place where he belonged. He worked harder, not out of fear, but gratitude. Evelyn watched from a distance, never mentioning the incident again, letting dignity remain intact. Months later, a small ceremony recognized employees who embodied the company's values. Adam stood on a stage he never imagined climbing, his daughter in the front row clutching a paper certificate she had drawn herself. Evelyn spoke about responsibility, respect, and how real leadership often hides in ordinary moments. Adam understood then that his life had not changed because of what was seen, but because of what was not taken. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you that compassion can rise from awkward moments and mistakes can lead to mercy, please take a second now to like and share this video. And subscribe to Grandma Dearie so more meaningful stories can reach people who need hope. Before the ending, a special request from us. Please comment below and tell us whether you believe one small act of respect can truly change a life. Your words matter more than you know. Years later, Adam would still think about that elevator door and the second it opened too soon. He no longer saw it as a mistake, but as a test of character he never knew he was taking. Evelyn would go on to expand the company's family support programs, inspired by a man who reminded her that power should protect, not punish. And a little girl with stronger lungs and brighter dreams would grow up watching her father stand taller, not because he was lucky, but because he chose decency when it mattered most.